In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to master the art of networking. Coming up. Hi everyone, my name is James Martin. Welcome to Etiquette Media and Promotion. Here on the YouTube channel, I'm here to help you dancers and musicians to succeed in your careers here in 2018. If you're new here, I want you to please consider subscribing down below. We post weekly tips and interviews from succeeding musicians and dancers, as well as tips on how to really market yourself and how to succeed as a musician and as a dancer. So let's get to the video. The first thing I want to just point out to everyone is, rule number one, networking is a must. It is a really needed thing because relationships is everything. Because first off, especially if you're trying to sell stuff, you need to know people that you could possibly sell to. The other thing that you need to know are relationships. You don't know what value someone else can also bring you and vice versa. That's how the system begins. You need to start creating that community around you of like-minded individuals that can really help you serve your career or even just give you that motivation and that support, right? I mean, I have my circle of friends that I'm probably never ever going to do business with ever, but there's at least a support group and at least some friends that I can talk to, right? But there's also some people that I have worked with, that I have done business with, and they've done business with me. Networking is a must. So there's different ways that you can go about networking. Now, before I tell you about what those things are, I am going to point out something else. If you're watching this video and you're thinking, okay, I'm scared to death of networking, I got a secret for you. You're not the only one. Here's the truth. It is very scary. Making friends is not comfortable, but it's so well worth it. So I'm going to teach you a few techniques and some ways on how when you go out and when you network or when you message people, have dance cards, meet up for coffee, interact with people, how you can talk to them and how you can really utilize that relationship. So number one, I want to start with the basics. Let's start with going out to a networking group. So there's many different networking groups you can go to, such as if you go to your local chamber, go to your local BNI, maybe there's other small networking groups, but you know what? Those are specific networking groups for businesses, but you know what? Everywhere is a networking group. Anytime you're interacting with other people, that's a networking group. But I just want to talk to you about those business networking events specifically because that's going to be a great place you want to target. So here's the thing. Find out when your local networking groups are and then go and visit them. Some of them are free, some of them you do have to make a payment, some of them you do have to make a reservation. Do what you can, see if it's worthwhile. The other thing you want to keep in mind is you want to try and see who's actually going to be there. Sometimes if you go to a BNI, it's going to give you a list of the very specific businesses that are actually attending that BNI. Most of the time when you go to a chamber, you can also check on the website to see what businesses also attend that Chamber of Commerce. Or when you go to Facebook and you find the events on Facebook, it's also going to tell you who's going to come, right? Make sure that you know of some people ahead of time. That's going to be good connections for you later on. But you know what? I've also found I've gone to many different networking groups and people that I didn't know who were going to be there. I didn't know who I was going to meet. We ended up making a great connection. So anytime that you can go out and just talk to people, that's a fantastic start. Now, what's great about going to a business networking event is that everyone is there to network. Everyone is there to make connections and pass around business cards, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. When you go out in public, no one's really concerned about networking, but that's a place where you can talk to people, just socialize. And you know what? That's the same with business networking. There's not a specific way to network. It's just socialize with people, get to know them, you know? So now I'm going to talk to you about how you actually want to go about and socialize with people one-on-one. So the first and foremost thing that you need to have are business cards. This is a must. This is going to have your name, your phone number, your email, and the thing that you do. This is a little card, this is a go-to card that people are going to have on hand so that when they're thinking about you, they can call you up and call you, right? Or when you're going to talk to people, you're going to arrange to have what's called a coffee meeting or a dance card. This is where you go to like a cafe or you go to someone's office and you just have more time in a quieter space to talk and get to know people, right? It's just hanging out, right? And coffee, it's not really expensive and you don't have to drink coffee and get whatever you want, but that's just an ideal place where people just like to network, okay? But most of the time, most people will invite you to their office. So when you go to a networking event, understand it's gonna feel very uncomfortable. There's a lot of people in the room and you gotta start talking, right? You're going to have a whole group of people. Some of them are going to want to chat, some of them don't. So what do? The first thing that I usually like to do if I'm going to specifically go out and network is I like to find people that I'm comfortable with, people that I already know, right? Find some people and just get used to a conversation, get used to chatting about. Once you start doing that, you're going to start warming up and start getting used to just talking and start the small talk. Then you go up to someone and just talk. Hey, how's it going? How's your day going? So what do? Or did you enjoy this? Or have you seen, do you know any, what's your favorite song? Or I like to use the phrase, so what's your favorite movie? What was the last movie you've seen? And then that at least starts a conversation. That's small talk. Then you can just go back and forth from there. Get to know them, let them get to know you. And then just unconsciously decide, do you think this is gonna be a worthwhile relationship? If you feel yes, maybe you both are very interested in each other and want to take it offhand and you want to talk about it a bit more. If you're not gonna do it then, meet up later on. Take their business card, jot down their phone number or jot down their email. Same when you go out on a date, right? Same thing. And then you just meet up later on so you can just talk, right? And of course, whenever you're talking to someone, it always helps just to keep the conversation going, find out when it's appropriate to end the conversation. So when you're having a conversation with people, some people are not really good at ending a conversation. When it starts to die off and you know the energy's starting to die off, that's a great time to just end it, move on. Because then it's just going to get really, really awkward. Always look at the person that you're talking to directly in the eye, show confidence, be energetic, see what value you can bring to them. If they're looking for something or if they want to talk about something, listen. That's also another key thing, is to listen. We have 2 ears for a reason. Listen. Big, big, big thing. People really do get annoyed if you don't listen to them. The other thing I want to talk to you about the networking is through social media. Now, there's a big difference between messaging and spamming. Big difference. Spamming is you're deliberately going out of your way to annoy the heck out of someone. Or you're sending them constant messages of buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. That's spamming. Messaging is just reaching out to someone just like, hey, you and I are doing the same thing, or I'd love to help you out if I can, or I'd love to get to know your business better. Could I please borrow your time, 30 minutes? And you can do that through Facebook, you can do that through Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, do it everywhere. And just reach out to people. It's like, hey, do you want to hang out? I want to just talk. I'd love to just borrow some of your time and just talk, or at least check out your new store, or check out your music or whatnot. Most people will take you up, meet up and hang out. Some people won't. But you know what? Don't take it personally, because there's so many different reasons. There are some people, like we're talking about like 2 or 3% out of everyone that you're going to talk to just doesn't want to meet up with you. That's fine. A majority of them will probably say no because they're very, very busy. A lot of people are very, very busy. They don't have time to just meet out and socialize. They're busy working, right? But that doesn't mean you can't go and visit their office, visit their store, check out their music, leave them comments, like their page, follow their Instagram, do whatever you can to offer value up front, and then make sure that they notice you in return. Some people are just not going to take interest in you, and that's fine. But see what value you can bring them in return. And something that I've always learned, a great way to start a really great relationship, is give value. Value, 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 value. What does that mean? That does not mean you're giving them free stuff. What that means is you're giving your 2 cents worth. You're going kind of out of your way to try and make their day. Something I love doing is complimenting people, right? When was the last time you gave someone a compliment? Told them, hey, you look really, really happy today. Or you look really, really nice today. Or it's so great to see you. Or I'm so glad I get this chance to talk to you. When was the last time you went out of your way to make someone feel good? Because I work a lot with social media, sometimes someone will be like, yeah, so how do you do this and this with video, or this and this with social media? And I'm just like, yeah, here's how you do it. I offer that for free. I do workshops, I do other paid things, and I do it as a service, right? I make videos for my clients. Matchcut Media makes videos for the clients, but sometimes I just help people for free. And that's just a great way to kickstart a relationship, because what a lot of people are afraid of nowadays is being taken advantage of. You're going to give, and get nothing in return. But you know what? If you're the first person to give without expecting anything in return, usually that will spiral and turn into a great connection. And you know what? At the end of the day, Once you've made those connections, once you kickstart those relationships, then try and keep up with them. It's called following up. 6 months from now, if you haven't talked to each other, follow up, send an email and be like, hey, how are things going? Keep that relationship going. I love connecting with people on social media. I follow people on Facebook. I add people as friends on Facebook. I follow people on Twitter. And then I keep posting, or I tag people, or again, no spamming. I comment on other people's stuff. No spamming, no stalking. But you're adding that value, you're adding those 2 cents worth. You keep that relationship alive. And you never know how it's going to help you down the road. And that's it, guys. If there's any tips or value that really stuck with you, let me know in the comments. And please consider subscribing down below if you got any value out of this video. Turn on that bell notification so you don't miss a single upload. I do post weekly tips and interviews from other musicians and dancers that are succeeding, other entrepreneurs that can offer their advice to you. Okay? My name is James Martin from Etiquette Promotion, and I'll see you soon.